Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of God, the most merciful, the most beneficent, Honorable Prime Minister of Pakistan, Muhammad Shahbaz Sharif, Excellencies, Director Generals of Vienna-based international organizations, permanent representatives of the diplomatic missions in Vienna, distinguished guests, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum and very good afternoon. It is a distinct privilege to deliver opening remarks at this August Assembly at the United Nations office in Vienna, a city renowned for its rich diplomatic traditions and active role in multilateral negotiations. I extend my sincere thanks to the Vienna-based international organizations, particularly the IAEA, UNIDO, UNODC, and UNUSA for the leadership and continued engagement, as well as to the esteemed diplomatic corps for your presence today. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, your role has become increasingly critical and challenging as the world navigates a turbulent period of transformation. Pakistan remains steadfast in its commitment to the purposes and principles of the UN Charter, recognizing the indispensable role of the United Nations in global peace, security, sustainable development, and the promotion of human rights. We firmly believe the UN must be strengthened, adequately resourced, and reformed to meet the realities of a multipolar world and emerging global challenges. Ladies and gentlemen, we are gathered here to discuss a fundamental truth that peace and development are inseparable. Shared development cannot be sustained without peace, and peace cannot endure without shared development. This principle guided the formulation and adoption of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Goals. The SDGs provide a comprehensive framework to tackle poverty, inequality, resource scarcity, and their uneven distribution. The mandates of the UN organizations in Vienna are closely linked to this peace development nexus, and Pakistan takes pride in its constructive engagement with these pillars of global governance. Ladies and gentlemen, the unique mandates of the UN and other international organizations based in Vienna are intrinsically linked to this peace development link. Therefore, Pakistan takes immense pride in its constructive engagement with these vital pillars of global governance. We deeply appreciate the role of the IAEA in promoting peaceful applications of nuclear technology for global peace and development. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, we are also committed to further strengthen our partnership with UN Office on Drugs and Crime for strengthening the rule of law and countering crimes that drain development resources. As a driver of inclusive and sustainable industrialization, UNIDO is central to Pakistan's efforts in poverty eradication, increasing sources of employment, and transitioning towards cleaner and more resilient industries. Recognizing the growing importance of space technology for sustainable development, Pakistan supports UN Office for Outer Space Affairs in ensuring that outer space remains a sustainable and equitable domain for all. Ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, let me express my deep appreciation for your presence today. It reflects our shared commitment to multilateralism, the UN system, and collective actions towards global peace and security, sustainable development, climate action, poverty eradication, health, human rights, and the fight against drugs, crimes, corruption, and terrorism. Pakistan remains committed to working with all partners for a future where peace, prosperity, and sustainable development go hand in hand. I thank you all.